I don't live in Houston. I live in Pearland.
Nigga, that's Houston.
No, it's not. Suburbs.
That's like the dick tip of Houston.
Can we go back to Carrie's roller coaster of her avoiding answering?
Lord Jesus.
I was trying to save Carrie because she was having
No.
trouble.
I was struggling.
Let's change
Oh,
the
if your
topic.
husband cheated, you said you would stay.
Well, okay. I think that in a perfect world, you shouldn't put up with cheating. Like in a perfect world. I don't think we live in a perfect world, and we're not perfect people. And in the grand scheme of marriage and the issues that people bring into marriage, I just think that we have made cheating be like this major deal breaker, and there's nothing else. So I don't think that cheating should be black and white, but I also think that cheating shouldn't be tolerated, if that makes sense. So it's a tricky thing, in my opinion. Sorry.
But you know what's funny? When I was in Mexico, one of my homegirls was like, all men cheat. Just find your best cheater. And I was like, is that the reality of where we're at right now in today's society? Like,
but I kind of think we are, like, to some degree. I just think that people hold the cheating as like this huge thing, and then they don't talk about anything else. For instance, some of the women who I have been in conversation with who will talk about their men cheating, you look at maybe how they look, how they act, how they this, how they that. None of those things are on the table. Not to say it excuses the man, but none of the way she might treat him, none of the things she might fall short of even gets addressed, because the cheating from him becomes the focal point. So it becomes like, our relationship is great, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but you messed it up because you cheated. And I don't know, I think that when you get married, I think that when kids are involved, for it to be such a black and white type of a thing, I think we're going to end with a lot of people who are single. So,
well, shouldn't that be addressed before the cheating happens? Like, if I'm doing something wrong, that should be addressed prior to you falling into some pum pum, not after the fact that you get caught.
But here's the thing, I agree with you, Q, and quite honestly, I mean, I now buy into the whole notion of a woman should be a virgin when she gets married, and a man shouldn't be that active. Before listening to all this stuff, I didn't buy into that. So there are a lot of people who
you're learning, Carrie.
It's like there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, if I would have known what I know now, then of course. But a lot of people are already like down the path of having, like, they didn't have conversations, they didn't communicate well, they weren't together when they didn't get their stuff together before they got together, they were immature, they were this, they were that. So does that mean that now, like, nothing can be salvaged? I don't know. Go on to somebody else.
We enjoy your perspective.
Brittany, you're up.
The other ladies want to answer the question.
I want to hear Shay too. I got something to say, but I want to hear other.
Yeah, Shay, you go first. Cause Trigger, I know Brittany gonna talk.
I mean, I don't think it's. I mean, I wouldn't leave my man if he cheated. That's not a non-negotiable for me. Like, I know it happens, so I just feel like it's the way they go about it. That's always been my mindset. Like, if you're gonna cheat sloppy and it's like I catch you, you're always like, it's easy to be caught. No, I'm not trying to be with you because you clearly don't care about me. My feelings don't matter for sure.
Get caught, or like you searching?
No, like get caught. I mean, I'm not a searcher. Like,
like, do men actually just get caught, just like slipping, or?
Yeah, like, okay, you out
I'm a
publicly
searcher.
with somebody, like you're out with somebody, my friends see you, or like anything. Like, it's not hard to get caught cheating. Like, it's
My
not hard
friends
to.
And if a search happens
And
and
then-
you get caught from the search, you got caught.
Yeah, and then just depending on the type of man you got, like some people be in the blog, some people be like, it's not hard to get caught cheating. Like, you don't gotta search. A lot of people find out their man is cheating through social media, so it's like,
Yeah, you're right.
without even looking.
They don't.
The truth comes out.
Yeah, the truth is eventually gonna come out. That
if he don't care about you, the truth come out. If he care, it ain't gonna come out.
Yeah, exactly. Like
unless you go looking for it.
Eventually,
exactly.
Something you're gonna notice something. I think.
So do you guys differentiate between cheating in the context of a marriage versus an ad hoc relationship?
No, it's about equal.
Yeah,
it's about marriage equal. Is way more.
It's more serious in marriage, of course, but still, the same thing applies.
Yeah, well, because my
you're married.
Well, just so you guys know, I'm a marriage-minded person. I don't believe in anybody should be messing around unless they're married, because there's too many issues that can arise when by having intimacy outside of marriage. But looking at the relationships that aren't marriages, it's odd to me that two individuals who couldn't come to the level of commitment, i.e. marriage, should expect full fidelity in the individual. That's just my outside perspective.
No,
you get what I'm saying?
I don't condone
you want somebody to commit to you sexually, but you guys aren't together enough to commit to each other in the context of a marriage. And so, but you still want the relationship to mirror that the fidelity that of a marriage. It's just odd to me.
But I think it's honesty, though. Like, if we come up with a conversation saying, "Hey, we're only committed to each other," and then you go against that, that's disrespectful. You're lying. You're deceiving. So if we have that conversation that we're only talking to each other only, but then you go ahead with Mary, Susie, Becky, or whoever. You're breaking that trust. I kind of get what you're saying, because Anton says this all the time. You're single till you're married, right? But if we're having that agreement,
so
why
what
just not be honest? If you want to go mess with Mary, just be honest.
You do. You
saying you want to get married?
Huh?
Basically, you saying that you want to get married.
Yeah, most women do.
No. I mean, because what is this agreement?
Dear Lord.
He's talking about like in dating.
The agreement should be what happens before a monogamous relationship.
If you want me to be 100% committed to you, you asking, you might as well get on one knee and propose.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but it's one thing if I get the whole concept of either you're single or you're married, but if you're not operating like that and you have me thinking we're in a committed relationship, you can't then use I'm single because we're not married.
That's kind of weird.
Hold on, wait. I would never think that I'm an employee of a company unless they hire me.
Nigga, it's not the same. No, I'm not.
It is the same. Listen, if I go Linda, it's the exact same. If I go out and test drive a car, if I borrow my homeboy's car, if I go get a rental, if I go get a lease, wait. If I go and lease a house, every single thing in life, there is structure and there is a division between what you expect and what you own and what you're temporarily in. I'm not going to lease a house and say that I own the house. No, you live there.
But if you are renting, you still need to take care of the house. You still
no, you don't.
Yes,
there
you
is
do.
There is different requirements in renting than there is in owning.
For sure,
100%.
But there is
financially. That's it.
No, it's not. For example, me renting means that I can, if anything in here breaks down, I can call somebody to come and fix it, and I don't have to be responsible for it. When my lease, listen, hold on. I can lease. I can lease a place, but I also can break my lease based off of whatever it is that I agree with. Right? I don't have to be required to do anything. This is your house. This still is not my place. Now, if I own it, if I own it, I have complete control over what happens within it. It's a difference. I don't even know how y'all gonna sit here and make the argument that it's the same thing.
If you're trying to compare those two things, like a rent to a lease, right? Yeah, you can break a rental agreement, and it's not as damaging as if you tried to break something with the lease. It's less consequences overall, but it's still a responsibility to meet this.
It's not
Like
the
it's
same
still an
responsibility.
agreement.
You know how I
And
know
the
it's not the
rental agreement is still an agreement. You're still supposed
you
to
know
pay.
you know
If
how I
something
know it's
breaks, the landlord's supposed to fix it. It's still an agreement that has to be upheld, even though it's not on the same
For sure.
terms as if it was a lease.
For
okay,
sure.
then sue me. Find me and sue me.
And if I may,
Go
Because
ahead.
and if I may, I
let me-
get what you I
hold
get
on,
what you're
hold on.
saying.
But let me be clear. Buying a house and leasing it, because nobody is just going to just walk away from the equity that they have inside of a house. You have buy-in, you have equity, you have ownership, you have something to lose, which makes the stakes much higher. And for you to be a lot more fervent in taking care of whatever it is that you win, because this is the home that you have to hold on to in order for your kids to inherit it, in order for them to be able to go into the same certain school districts and all of that stuff, right? You have a vested interest in what's happening in the community. You have to pay property taxes that then determine what the millages is for the community colleges and what goes over into the schools. And you have a vested interest in the community in general. When you own a home, you care about who the neighbors are when they moving in. You care about whether or not they're going to be doing Airbnbs within this particular property, because it's going to drive down the value of your home. You have a vested interest in what is happening in the community when you are a owner of it, which is similar to being married. When you lease out a place, I got a 6 months lease. I can go tomorrow. Or if my roommate come out, oh man, I got to figure it out. You could be gone tomorrow. I can walk away tomorrow and we just going to figure it out as we go. We can go on a month-to-month lease. And if I don't like what's happening right now, I could be gone tomorrow. You don't have the same vested interest in what happens. You don't get the pension. You don't get the healthcare coverage. You don't get none of that. Like, it's a difference. And so for y'all to keep thinking that it's the same thing being in a relationship and you putting the same, there's no industry, no situation in life to where you have the same requirements. If you are not an employee, if you are not the owner, if you don't have a vested interest in it, versus temporarily in this situation where we can go our separate ways tomorrow. It's not the same.